So we're going to look at calculating the percentage of a given decimal amount. And because we're able to use our calculators, great, makes the whole thing so much easier. Okay, so now before I go too much further, just remember that the word of really means to multiply. Okay, so we're multiplying here. Now if we bear that in mind, the whole thing becomes very simple. So all we have to do is type in that information there. So let's do that. So 35 multiplied by the amount, which is 88.4. Press the percentage button, press the equals button, and there you have the final answer, which is 30.94. For the next one over here, let's clear that. We have 19 multiplied by 6,005.2% equals, and there's our answer, 1,140.988. Okay, so that's basically how you get the answers, but you may be asked to do some rounding. So I'll start with this one, so 30.94, and let's say you're asked to round to 1 decimal place. So what would happen there? Well, in this case, you would cut it off here, because this is the target place value. It's 1 decimal place. You look at your indicator digit, which is 1 place value over to the right. If it's from 0 to 4, this target digit stays the same. It is from 0 to 4, so this stays the same. So rounded off to 1 decimal place, the answer is 30.9. Okay, so either of these answers, depending on what is required. This second question, though, a little bit more interesting. So, for example, we'll go to 1 decimal place again. And we start with 1140.988. Okay, so the cutoff is the same place because 1 decimal place, right? The indicator, though, is big. It's an 8, so it forces this 9 up to a 10. But we can't squeeze a 10 in here. So what we need to do is not squeeze a 10 in there. And what we will do, though, is we'll put the 10 in like this. We'll spread it out. The 0 of the 10 goes here, and the 1 of the 10 goes here. Now this 0 will take the place of the 9, okay, and this 1 gets added to whatever's already in this place value, which in this case is 0. So this becomes 1. So we don't need these anymore, and so the final answer, if I was to round it off to 1 decimal place, would be 1141.0. So you can have that if you're rounding to 1 decimal place. 1141.0. Okay, and should always have a quick check. It's a good habit to get into. Check for reasonableness. Are your answers reasonable? So 35 is less than 50, so my answer had better be less than half of 88. Half of 88, what is it? That's 44, and my answer is less. So it's probably not too far off. 19%, that's way less than 50%. So 50% of 6,000 is 3,000. So that's 50%. And if I go to 25%, so I halve that again, I'm going to end up at 1,500. Now 25 is kind of close to 19. So it is my answer, but it is lower than 25. So my answer needs to be lower than 1,500. And it is lower than 1,500. So again, it's kind of reasonable. And that really is all there is to this kind of problem.